Welcome back to Sumter, South Carolina, and the Coop and the Cop. It is March 23rd, and the chives are looking awesome. Remember those ugly brown things that you guys are looking at? Look how beautifully green and how much that's grown already. So much so that it's starting to crowd my oregano. I decided to make this section an herb perennial garden. Most of these will come back every year. This will not only help us save money in the long run, but it will help us eat fresher and healthier. I have some Texas sweet onions, some basil, some dill, 2 different types of thymes, some sage, rosemary. Also, you'll notice I have marigolds and dianthus. What is she doing with flowers in her vegetables and herbs? I'm attempting to do some companion planting this year. Companion planting is close planting of different plants that help each other's growth or attract or deter bad or good bugs without pesticides. Such as the dianthus will get rid of lots of the bad bugs, different beetles, aphids, maggots, and the dianthus will attract honeybees and butterflies, so that'll look really pretty. The strawberries, as you notice, are coming back wonderfully. If you look at all the flowers, and I'll try to get some close-ups here, so you can see the flowers over here, and there's some flowers over here. They're all over, but if you get really close, you'll notice little green strawberries actually coming out, and that one actually has one that's trying to ripen. Every flower is a strawberry or a potential strawberry, and it takes 30 days to ripen. Water, weather, cold, hot, that's going to affect it, and that's why that strawberry looks pretty crappy, because it's the first one. They usually are. I have June bearing and ever bearing, and that means exactly what it says. Some will bear in June, and that's it, and then some will bear all season long. Let's see the back box here. I have 5 different types of mint. Yes, I love my mint. I have, starting in the back right, going straight forward, I have chocolate mint, sweet mint, spearmint, peppermint, sweet mint, and let's see, I have 3 different types of stevias here. Well, actually, I'm sorry, 3 stevia plants. Yep, that's where that stevia sweetener comes from. However, I'm going natural because I don't like sweeteners, but I like natural. Stevia is where they come up with that white powdery substance that they call stevia, but it's so processed down that it's really not good for you at all. I'm going to try these this year to see. They say just add the leaves to it like you do with mint, and it'll sweeten whatever. So I'm going to try it. We make a lot of sweet tea down here in the South. You'll also notice I have a little tiny lavender plant and some more onions and more marigolds and dianthus. I have 2 spots open still, not sure what I am going to be planting there. We take a walk down over to Lilu. Lilu is growing potatoes this year. If you look, there's one little plant there. I have another little plant coming up there, and there's one over here. There's about 4 or 5 different ones. There's another plant actually coming up. It's hard to see it, but they're actually growing this year, so I'm all excited. Fiona over here, she's just growing flowers. I have some crocus, and something else came up, got a little freezer burnt by our frost the other day. Not quite sure what it is. Let's see. My new garden. The new garden, as you can see, brand new, untreated wood. This was actually made, this one here, last year, this date. So that's what 1 year of weathering looks like. Nothing is falling apart. All the joints are good. So I think that this is going to last pretty well. So he made me another one, again, untreated wood. I don't want chemicals in my food. Pallets make great flower gardens, but unless they're marked untreated, which is very rare in this country, you don't want to use it because it's going to be putting chemicals in your food. Let's see. My husband removed the sod, built the boxes, set them in place, and then tilled the dirt for me and mixed it with plain old organic dirt that I got from Lowe's. I'll do a quick run up here so you can see. That was the lovely garden soil. Organic garden soil from Lowe's. Back to the garden. The other thing you can do is you can get cardboard, weigh it down, and place it over the area that you want to grow in. I would do this towards the end of summer, and the grass should die by March. Show you specifically, this is what would happen. I did this with Lulu and Fiona. You'll notice the grass is dead. That's not from chemicals, that's from me putting cardboard under there because it's hard for me to trim it. But it's that same thought. You put the cardboard down, wait until spring. It should decompose. If it hasn't, you can just leave it there and dump soil right on top and grow from there. All right, 2 different types of tomatoes I'm growing. I'm growing Rutgers and Better Boys. They didn't have all the Rutgers I wanted, so I had to get a couple of Better Boys to fill. The Rutgers are good for canning. Better Boys are good for slicing, so I figured, my husband could use some sliced tomatoes, so he'll like that. Let's see, I also got over here some Dragon Cayennes, so I have them growing. And then here I have jalapeno, cubanelles, hot golden cayenne, and a sweet banana. These 3 back here are my Better Boys tomatoes, and that's my 1 Rutgers that I had extra. So it's like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. And then over here I have a red and a purple bell pepper. In the middle, going back, I also decided to make it pretty again. I have 3 rows. One is mixed colors, the next row is evening sun. Both of those are 4 to 6 foot tall sunflowers. And the back row, hopefully, will be mammoth. Those are 7 to 12 foot tall sunflowers. They'll not only be a delight to look at, but I can use the heads when they're done and throw them in the chicken coop to give a treat to the hens. The chickens are doing great. Now that spring is here and the days are longer, production is going up. All my girls are officially laying. Rita, Mila, Piper, and Rizzo lay tan eggs. Betty and Gidget are laying blue eggs. They're my Americanas, or also known as Easter eggers. Betty and Gidget are. I'm averaging about 2 to 4 eggs collected a day. It's 2 in the afternoon right now, and I've collected 3 so far today. That's Betty. She's a noisy one too. I call her. She's the screamer. The only problem I'm having is Gidget. Remember how loud she was in the last one? Now she's all cluck, cluck, cluck. With her mature little cluck, cluck, cluck. She has gone broody. She's gone from my nice, sweet, innocent little hen into this mean, nasty thing who, if you try to touch her, she will snap at you. Broody is a term used to describe a hen who's decided she's going to hatch her eggs. The problem? No eggs to hatch. This is controlled by instinct, hormones, lighting conditions, as well as specific breeds of chickens are more prone to broodiness than others. The Silkies and that would be Piper and Rita, they are actually the ones that are more prone to broodiness. Easter eggers aren't. So why is Gidget? To quote Renee Descartes, she thinks she's hatching eggs, therefore she is. They will sit there for the duration it takes to hatch, about 3 weeks, and then 1 more week of her body getting back to normal, then eggs should start coming again. I started allowing the girls to free range a bit in my fenced yard. See, it's nice, pretty nice size for them to run. The only problem, I only let them do that when I'm out with them. Between the garden, because yes, they will go in my garden and try to eat my food. No, they can't do that. Holes in the fence, I gotta look for those constantly too, because Piper, she's our little escape artist. She will show us where all the holes are. And bantams are half the size of regular chickens, so they're smaller, more prone to prey. Let's see, prey. Falcons and hawks. That's the main thing I've got to watch for when I have the chickens out. Some people say, well, just shoot them. Can't. Federal law, they are strictly protected. Any raptor, falcons, hawks, eagles, all of those, they are protected. You cannot harm them even if they're attacking your hens. So you just have to watch, and when you see them, I put them back in the pen. And not sure if you care, but since I started letting them free range, they eat more of this lovely green grass. And their poop gets a little bit more greener than the normal brown after they've been free ranging. Well, that's your March visit here. It is beautiful, about 75 degrees on March 23rd. Have fun in Philly. Bye.